So in recent weeks, the Boks have had a problem with the 12-13 combo. Watch me tackle that right now. Welcome back to SkinnyBru Rugby, guys. So in the next few weeks, I'm going to be tackling some of the issues that we have coming up to the World Cup, all the teams. So if you have some suggestions, please leave it down in the comments below. I would love to do some more videos. I already have a couple of ideas. I'm lining them up for the next few weeks. At the moment, I'm going for the midfielder problem. The Springboks have the 12-13 combo. Unbiased Rugby already actually did a video on it. I'll link it down in the description below. But I'm just wanted to do my own video just to give you my opinion on the matter as well, because obviously I am human. My opinion does differ a little bit from his, but it is similar in some respects as well. So at the moment we have 5 midfielders in our teams, or in our ranks at the moment, and 4 of them are specialist centers. But it could help to always have that 5th guy in the team that could play more than just one play or one role in your team. That can play fly half and fullback on all those positions. So you can see where I'm going with this, Frans Steyn. Because at the end of the day, to the World Cup, we're taking 31 players. So that's basically 2 full teams. So 2 players in each position, and then an extra prop usually. And if you have some good thinking and you pick some guys that can cover some other roles as well, you can have some great players on your field as well. So I'm just going to tackle some ideas that I have to just pick a little bit smarter, or who I think needs to go to the World Cup. I'm going to have a little bit of a closer look at all the players we have in our ranks at the moment, at the Springbok camp at the moment, and any other options that are so close to the Rugby World Cup. Probably not. I'll just have a quick scan through them, or maybe, as I said, just some interesting thinking or selecting that could help us a lot. Here we go. So this is one of Rassie's bigger issues at the moment, the midfield, more in particular the number 12 jersey. The current designated number 12s, the Allende, Esterhuizen and Steyn, who is there at number 12, but he's there also to cover some other roles as well. We've seen the Allende now, we've seen Esterhuizen as well. Not one of them have impressed in the Springbok jersey to thus far. Both have never impressed in the Bok jersey actually. Not that I can think of. Both of them are just better for their provincial teams or for their clubs. Or at Super Rugby level, where they just have better combos with the players around them. But at Springbok level, it's always looked like it's been struggling. Let's have a closer look at these 3. Size-wise, these 3 players are pretty similar. Daniel Allende 1.92, Esterhuizen 1.94, and Steyn 1.91. Weight-wise, it's 103 for the Allende, 110 for Esterhuizen, and then another 110 kilograms for Steyn. The caps, the Allende has had 37 caps, Esterhuizen only 7 caps, and Steyn has his 57 caps behind his belt. And obviously that World Cup he already won as well when he was still very young in 2007. Just to give you a little bit of a thought process here. If you had to give a description next to each of these players, if they like running or passing, the Allende, he likes running. Esterhuizen, he likes running. Steyn, he likes running. All of them are very similar players if you look at them on paper like this. But what makes each player different? The Allende, he is quicker than the other 2, and he has a big step on him. And he can actually play at wing as well. That's one of the big points behind his name as well. He used to play wing. He started out at wing when he played for the Viepia and the Stormers. And I think that's where his tendency started, to take the ball under the arm and just run, because that's what a winger does. They take the ball and they run with the ball. And I think that could be an option for us. He is a backup winger for me. I think he could. He hasn't played there in a long time, but you could think outside the box maybe. He would be a good option. He is quite a heavy guy. He's big. He could bust some tackles. He's fast. But that's not what I want to use him for. But I'm just saying That's why he runs like that. Esterhuizen, he has a big boot, and then Steyn, he has a big boot, and he is versatile as well. But I must say there's no big debate for any of these names for me, for which one has to have that number 12 jersey at the moment. So let me throw in some more names, just 3 more. Jan Serfontein, Elton Jantjies, and Damian Willemse. So obviously Jan Serfontein, he's estimated to be injured till the end of August as I have it, and Willemse, same with him, also till the end of August. They are expecting him to be able to play again. But Elton Jantjies, most of us know him as a number 10, but he has had a couple of games at number 12. For me, Serfontein, he's been spectacular for Montpellier, and he's just been in great form there, and Rassie did say he is on his short list to be picked, but he has been injured, so he unfortunately did not pick him. He actually did say that when he did announce his team. Then for Willemse, he's been injured for since June, but most of his games this year he's played at 15 because that's what Rassie wants him to play. Yes, for me he is actually still a number 10, then a fullback, but he could play number 12 as well. He has played for the junior box at number 12. If you look at the sizes of the different players, Jan Serfontein 1.87, Jantjies 1.76, Willemse 1.80, and then weight-wise, Jan Serfontein 97 kgs, Elton Jantjies 88 kgs, and then Willemse 85 kgs. So if you look at the sizes, these players, if you quickly just check the other guys' sizes as well, these guys don't really compare to them in the same respect. They are different types of players. They aren't guys that really just bust tackles. They are guys that run with the ball, and they are playmakers, and that's what we actually need from our number 12s at the moment. Yes, every now and then we need a number 12 that does busting runs, tackle busting runs, like Laumape, as Unbiased also said. That's good guys to have in your team as well. But then, as he also said, you need guys like Ryan Crotty, who is probably the best number 12 at the moment. You need a guy that can distribute the ball and run into tackles and everything. And these guys are a bit closer to that. Jan Serfontein, in an ideal world, is the best option for that. But to me, we have to look at what we have at the moment. And at the moment, a guy that does cover that for me is Elton Jantjies, and I think we could have another look at him. Yes, he's had questions with him for defense. He's had a couple of defensive lapses over the years, but so has other guys in the ranks as well. If he gets into the system well, it probably could work. The stuff that makes these players stand out from each other, Jan Serfontein, he's an experienced number 12. I think he has 35 tests behind his name. Then Jantjies, his kicking game is exceptional between these players. He has a very good step on him, and he's a second fly half for us in our team as well. Like the All Blacks ran this other day with 2 fly halves in the team. And Damian Willemse, he has exactly the same traits as well. So, like I mentioned, the All Blacks, they had 2 fly-offs on the field the other day. So they took Barrett, they didn't take Barrett off the field because he's still good enough to be on the field. And they left, they brought Mahunga onto the field as well. So to me, we've always had this debate about Jantjies and Pollard. Pollard has kind of stepped forward now of late, but the other debate that remains is our number 12 jersey, and both of those players could actually fill in at number 12. So isn't it time to actually start thinking of starting this combo? For me, it's something to look at. It's something worth looking at. But at number 12, Rassie has tried a lot of things. Esterhuizen, I know he started in the second team the other day. The Allende, he played against the All Blacks. Steyn, he's really had limited time, and he needs to start for me, either in this game against Argentina or next week against Argentina. He really needs to start because we need to see him on the field, because everyone's making a case for him, but we can't really see any stats behind his name for all the talk. So I would say maybe Jantjies on the bench for the next couple of weeks. He can cover at fly half and centre, and Steyn needs to start sometime. Unfortunately, Jan Serfontein and Willemse, after long injuries of them, I don't think they should be picked for the World Cup. Probably not. It's not. They're not currently part of the systems. It's difficult to bring in someone in short notice like that. But maybe as injury backup, I think it's a good option to have them as well. Since both of them have been part of the team to thus far, they would fall in pretty easily. But I think with the guys we have at the moment, we could experiment a little bit more with them. Let me know what your thoughts are on the number 12 issue. Then at outside centre, your number 13s, we have two players. It's and Jesse Kriel. If we look at the players a little bit closer, they are very similar in stature. 1.86 meters tall for both of them, 96 kgs for 98 kgs for Kriel, then 7 caps for and then 41 caps for Kriel. The two standout things for these two players, he has a very strong defensive game, where Kriel, he has a very strong attacking game. And another thing that brings to the table is those turnovers he makes on field. He's very good at making the tackle and making a turnover, and a lot of times he slows down the ball for the opposition by doing that, which does help us a lot without people actually noticing what he does. Running meters, both of them are quite good at attack. Jesse Kriel is a little bit better. On average in the Super Rugby, made 7.5 meters when he ran with the ball, where Kriel made 9.4 meters with the ball. So here we have two similar players. I'd say at the moment is playing a bit better. Kriel, like last week when he came off the bench against the All Blacks, he slipped off of his first tackle immediately. Look, you can't just keep that against him. It was against a prop and it was at a funny angle and everything. But not just that, has just the ability to read the game really well. He's very good at just cutting the line, getting the ball to the guys next to him very quickly, and those wingers usually score from it. You see Jesse Kriel run with the ball a lot more, making meters, and actually trying to go and score with the ball himself, and that's the thing where it's a bit different. With he likes to distribute the ball a little bit quicker. But with Jesse Kriel, he does do that because he actually started his career at fullback, or back when he was at the Griquas, and he's actually a winger as well. So that's another guy, like I said, like the Allende, who could play a few roles, or who started out as a winger, and Steyn, who could play a couple of roles as well. So Kriel, he's that option for us. He could play as a winger as well. So also a good guy to have off your bench, because now you don't have to have a wing and a centre on your bench. You just need Jesse Kriel there, and he can cover a couple of roles. Even if your fullback goes down, Kriel can cover it as well. Are there any other outside centres at the moment that are putting up their hands that could be Boks? I mean, Mapu, Roanel, De Jong, Frans Venter, none of these really seems like viable options at the moment to be the Springbok outside centre. So I can't really say who I think should continue as our centre pairing. Should we go with the Allende and Kriel, the combo we've seen for so many times and nothing has happened? Should we go with that Sharks combo that just always seems to misfire when they go for the Boks, Esterhuizen and Am? Should we switch it out and go with the Allende and Am, or Esterhuizen and Kriel? Or is it time to introduce some new combos where the likes of Steyn and Yankees come in and we combine them with our two outside centres, who I think aren't actually that bad? They are just sometimes struggling with their inside centre, because Am and Kriel, both of them are playing really well. So maybe with the introduction of another number 12, we could get a better combo there. Or should we wait for someone to come back from injury and put them back into the squad immediately, like Serfontein? Let me know your thoughts, guys. I'd love to hear your opinion. If you like this video, please hit that subscribe button. That really helps me. And let me know of any other ideas down in the comments below. Cheers.